won't survive.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Moho, back with a video for you guys. I got a lot of good information for you as well. A lot of you guys asking all the questions and stuff, and don't worry, I'm listening to the questions, believe me. It's just that we couldn't really announce anything up until now, and it's kind of special information because I'm posting it on my channel, not the Pro Team Fear channel. Mainly because we actually got a schedule for that channel, and we're uploading on it regularly, starting this week. And I just didn't want to conflict with anything that was supposed to go up. So basically, a lot of you guys' questions is what's going on with Fear. Are we having a pro team going to EGL and the rest of the events, finishing out Modern Warfare 3, and what's going to be our Black Ops roster. I sat down with APOC, and I basically told him, look, our best bet right now, dealing with some of the people that we've been dealing with, it's just better off if we just stick to myself, just basically stay under the radar. Myself, Assassin, Ricky, just stay under the radar. Don't even compete to these events. Let's not even have Fear there. As of right now, it's not something that interests us to go to these events. I mean, we've already made a solid presence so far on Modern Warfare 3. We've been to EGL. We've been to almost every single UMG. We made a solid presence. We've won some. We placed second, fourth, and all that other stuff. And I'm pretty happy with that. If myself and Assassin wasn't playing, the police players that we've had, they did an excellent job, representing Fear. But of course, there's always some issues. So we just decided not to have any teams going in. You're still gonna see competitive gameplay from myself, Assassin, and Ricky from Modern Warfare 3. Okay, I don't know why APOC's fucking poking me. These guys are bitches, man! Assholes! I'm doing a commentary and they fucking poke the shit out of me. This is what I gotta deal with, man. Unbelievable. Alright, well anyway, back on track. You're still gonna get the competitive gameplay from us, and I have some good news for you guys. A lot of you guys might disagree with this. A lot of you guys might like it. I know I like it. I know that I've made some terrible decisions as a captain, and I'm man enough to admit I've made some terrible ass decisions with players that I've had over the past years, and everybody has. Everybody's made mistakes. I said that in my last video, but going into Black Ops, our roster is going to be myself, Assassin, Ricky, and Sharp. Now I know a lot of you guys are like, you're bringing Sharp back on. Are you gonna fuck him over and all that stuff? I can honestly say no. We're not gonna do that. I'm not interested in these players. I'm not interested in being, picking up the top of the line players and all that stuff, because I honestly believe that myself, Assassin, and Ricky and Sharp are gonna go into this next Black Ops game. We're gonna give it our fucking all, as we did in Call of Duty 4, because that's how serious we plan on taking this game. We're basically just gonna grind the fuck out of it. And I honestly believe that we don't need one of those top slayers on our team, or just one of them all-star players. I know we're all great players and stuff, but to the community's eyes, some teams out there have these all-stars that just drop bombs and all this other shit, and we don't need that to win. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that now. So that's gonna be our lineup. Sharp's not. I don't plan on changing this roster unless somebody leaves, pretty much. And you guys have my word on that. This is a pretty bold statement coming from me. With all the roster changes I've made back in Modern Warfare 2, and some of the roster changes that I've made on this game, it's a pretty bold statement, and I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there, let you guys know that I keep my word. We ain't gonna be making no roster changes, not unless somebody leaves. We could have second, third, fourth, fifth place all season long for all I give a shit. Fear is at that point right now where we have a fan base that we're very extremely proud to have. We have YouTube teams and just so on and so forth. We're able to expand. We're just happy with where we're at. Winning isn't everything. I know a lot of people would disagree, but those are the people who don't really see the longevity value in gaming. Like YouTube. People don't see the value in YouTube. They don't have something else to fall back on. They have to win. They have to place first, because that's where they get their money. So if you're gonna take anything from what I'm saying, try to understand the benefits outside of competitive gaming, also, and also just try to have fun. That's what we do. Like right now, me and Sharp, I'm not a big fan of playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 right now because it's just not as fun, you know? It wasn't as fun as playing, you know, customs in Black Ops or playing COD 4 customs. I can't just say, hey guys, get on Twitter, and hey guys, you know, let's get some custom games and just play for hours a day. I can't do it just because I get bored, but I've been playing with Sharp doing 2v2s, you know, it's all about who you play with and who you have fun with. And I honestly think a key bridge to chemistry is having fun. Like, you have to have fun. Like, you know, people were posting, and I'll put it in the description box, people were posting our team scrimmage against one of the top teams back in COD 4 with myself, Assassin, Choppy, and Pac-Man, and all we were doing was having a blast, just having fun. And, you know, we were still doing work. We were still doing what we do, and I think that just develops, you know, chemistry. I think it just helps you with your friendship on the team. And a number one thing that really screws teams over, and I know a lot of you guys would probably agree with me on this, is the people on the team that feel as though they're superior to the other players. It's never really like this when people first join the team. It's usually just develops as they go by and develop egos and so on and so forth. And, you know, the players, they sort of form cliques within the teams, and you can't do that. You got to be able to get on every day and have fun with every single member. You know what I mean? If Sharp wasn't on, I'd hit up Assassin, play with Sharp, and have a blast with Assassin and have fun. If none of them were on, I'd hit up Ricky. You know, you got to be able to do that. You have to be able to have that type of like relationship with your team if you want to just be a great team in general and develop that key chemistry that, you know, a lot of teams don't have. That, you know, that you need to, you know, start placing well at these tournaments. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about before this video ends is there was a big ordeal going down on Twitter about SCUF controllers. You know, basically Optic and all them, they're not sponsored by SCUF, they're sponsored by Imagine Customs, and, you know, obviously it's a competitor, and they were kind of just shooting the idea of SCUF down at events. I disagree with it, because a lot of people were asking my opinion. I disagree with it, mainly because I never had a SCUF up until 7 months ago. And up until 7 months ago, I was still successful, and I was still gaming, and I was still considered one of the better players in Call of Duty. Period. And people were saying, and it kind of makes me angry because it's truly a great controller. It really is. I mean, I've got multiple Microsoft controllers that just broke on me. You know, the joysticks, it's hard to sprint. In Call of Duty, you're sprinting all the time pretty much, and it has wear and tear, and these controllers don't have wear and tear. You could give me a SCUF controller with no paddles on the back, no button mapping, and I would still use that and have, you know, feel comfortable with it. It's just the quality of the controller that makes it what it is, you know, and don't listen to these guys that overhype it and make people think that having a SCUF controller makes them better. But anyway, it's your boy Moho. Please like, favorite, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the news. Peace.